Oh, it's too early for this. Oh, fresh out the shower. You probably couldn't tell. I didn't turn my light on, did I? I need to turn the light on. Oh, Jesus. Just brings the ambience a bit, doesn't it? Just adds a little bit, doesn't it? Anyway. I'm still getting set up, by the way. Still getting set up. So, yes. Welcome to this 11 a.m. stream. What's going on? Can't be doing with this. But really, it's essential for this kind of live stream because we are going to be doing some virtual plane spotting from iniBuilds Manchester. Sorry, I'm still trying to get set up. I'm all over the place. Let's see if we can do this. I'm still yeah. So yeah, we're going to do some virtual plane spotting, but there's a couple of little things. Good morning, just been doing exactly the same. Looking forward to your VPS experience. Ace Airstream, yeah, I saw your screenshots, mate, and I very impressed with them because you did the actual comparison with obviously a real live stream that was going on at the time. So you were basically comparing the real life aircraft and the injected aircraft. I'll take you through everything, guys. I am gonna I have put everything in the description below, links to where I'm getting things and everything like that. Did I actually? Yeah, I did. I just need to see if I shared them online. Didn't share these across my social media a day before like I usually do, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Just a nice chilled one. I can probably see this getting a bit sort of in terms of people watching it. Probably not as much with it being the time, and I'm not usually live. But I can see it being something that people maybe rewatch to see what is used to get the live injections and stuff like that. I have some more to come this morning with Simon Lowe stream. Yeah. Perfect, mate. And Simon Lowe, another great streamer over at Manchester, in real life, of course, on the south side. Usually, I don't think he goes anywhere else, but yeah, on the south side for sure. But yeah, I am still trying to change things about here, and oh, I haven't even done that. Oh no, I don't need to do that one. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Anyway, I'm live. I can't mess about with it. All I'm trying to do is add in the Pimax logo to my banners and stuff. We could probably do this one, couldn't we? Let's have a little look and see if we can do this one. Let's have a little look. Can we? Possibly. No, because that's not saved. Oh no. Crap. No. We don't need that one today, so let's just go back to that. Ignore me. Right, so let's get on with it, guys. I haven't even opened the actual things that I need. So down below in the stream description. Yeah, it was a flashbang, wasn't it? Yeah, I'll sort all that later. I'll sort. Too early for that. It is too early. It is too early. I apologise. So what we're going to be doing, let me just get inside my aircraft. Not turn on that. There we go. We're going to be doing some virtual plane spotting, as I say, from iniBuilds Manchester, because Manchester being my second local, I am going to basically take you around the airport to a couple of real life locations. One being here. I thought they'd fix this mound thing, because this is a lot higher. There's an actual mound here. I thought they'd fix that. yeah, take you around a couple of the real life locations around Manchester Airport, and this is going to be actual live injected traffic. I think you're looking at about maybe 20 seconds to maybe 30 seconds delay, but what I do need to do is actually get flight radar in on this as well, because it makes a difference having flight radar on the screen. And what I mean by that is so that you guys can see the actual real life injected traffic matching up to what it is on screen. So we are going to have a bit of the screen of real estate kind of covered up for this one, but I'll try and make sure that we are seeing the simulator as well. I think around here should be fine, because we will see the arrivals. That looks good. That looks good. Perfect. So we've got flight radar here. Now obviously it is quite small. Let me see if I think I'll zoom in a tiny bit. Perfect. I think the runways are having an issue again at Manchester at the minute as well, so that might be another bit of a pain as well. So we might not see everything. So as I say, guys, everything that I'm using today is linked in the description below. I'm using PSXT and I'm using RealTraffic, and then I am using FSLTL. I am using just flight models as well, but I think what I'm going to do is today I'm going to actually use the FSLTL models. Let me see if I can do that. Just by changing it here, FSLTL and just flight. Yeah, I think I'll do that instead. And I'm just going to turn it off, just so it registers that change. So it is a bit fiddly. It is a bit fiddly, unfortunately. You're going to need basically 3 to 4 sets of programs. You're going to need PSXT, which is free, FSLTL, which is free as well, and then RealTraffic is what is going to be basically injecting the ADSB or the Flight Radar 24 traffic in. But that is a monthly subscription. Now, I haven't paid for the monthly subscription. I've actually just paid for the 24-day license just so I could do a few live streams from various airports. I don't know where I'm going to do the next one. Possibly somewhere over in the US, maybe. Something like that. But it is a monthly subscription. You don't need to do the monthly subscription if you're just happy to have a little look at it and, as I say, use it for around a month. The 24-day one's good to test, so if you then think, right, I'll pay for this monthly, you can go and do that. And I think it's around £9, £8, £9, something like that. Rodessa, good to see you. Ace Airstream, yes, there is some tarmac issues again. On the extensions 2.3 left before the piano keys. Hasn't stopped them using 2.3, but they've gone to single runway ops now anyway, with it being 11 o'clock, so that is another thing as well. So still the winter times for the runway operations, so 11 o'clock. You can see actually there is a A330 from Virgin going out as well. Let me just have a little look on my screen here. So as you can see on the screen, you will see that actually the traffic, let me just have a little look on my flight radar, because is it moving on the screen there? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is, yeah. You guys just let me know, obviously, on Flight Radar on my screen this way. I can actually see the Ryanair moving there, so that's absolutely fine. That's good. That's good to know. So, right at the minute, I would say then there's not much delay in it today. It's actually quite spot on. So as you can see, we've got a Ryanair 737 on the way in, and if you look over on the screen, you'll see actually the Ryanair has just gone over the piano keys onto the runway, and it has landed. So you can see, yeah, I would say 15 to 20 seconds might be the right estimation. And like I said, guys, you do need... You can have AIG as well. You can use FS traffic models. You can use FSLTL models, which is free. I would say if you wanted to do something like this, keeping the cost down just with that monthly subscription would be the best. So FSLTL models are perfectly fine. It's not without its issues, of course. Everything's still a bit jittery, and as you can see, it has just literally disappeared from screen there. That doesn't happen all the time. I've noticed that they will fully taxi. Definitely out to the runway. Landing as well. I've seen them taxi all the way to the terminal. So going off screen isn't something that it always do. That's the first time I've seen it do that. I don't think there's much difference in terms of the Just Flight models or the FSLT models in terms of that thing happening. I think it's purely just the injection. On the PSXT a program that you need, because when you pay for the subscription, you've got to download the RealTraffic program. But once you've actually put the information that it's using PSXT in the RealTraffic program, it automatically recognizes it for your license period. See, there's the Ryanair. It is taxiing, so it disappeared when it was on the runway, and now it's reappeared. And the movement there is actually not too bad. I noticed when the flights were coming in on 05 right, they were taxiing all the way to the terminal. We've actually got the Emirates A380 on the way in as well. This is why I want to do the live stream at this time, guys, and not later on, because we wouldn't have been getting any traffic at all. It would have been quite boring, actually. The ground traffic is there as well. I will show you that a bit later in the stream. You still see the aircraft parked at the stands, but it's only the aircraft that are ready to depart and leave. It's not like FSLTL or Just Flight traffic where they are on the ground at a certain amount of frequency or quantity. Here is the massive A380, Emirates A380, landing in from Dubai. And you can see that the spoilers and the reverse thrust all activate as well. Let's just go up a bit higher. The sounds aren't the best either, I will say. What I might do is just... This might disappear as well. See, it's disappeared, but it then will reappear taxiing over. Some airports seem to be better reliable. Manchester's pretty good, but I was watching a stream from London City. There was more freezing air-class vanish and possibly availability. Yeah, again, this is the thing. I think that's why they do a 24-day license, is because people might not be invested in paying monthly for essentially the traffic not being spot on. And what I mean by that is it all does depend on the frequency of the reliability of people providing the data for the ADSB, the tracking software, or the data coming into the software. So you might find that it's not 100%. Now, like I say, last time I did this, when they were on 05 right for their arrivals, they would come all the way down the runway and taxi all the way down into the terminal, and it was absolutely fine. As you can see, the Emirates A380 has vacated the runway and is on the taxi now. You'll also see the Ryanair from before is going to its gate. So there is that to consider, but it doesn't always happen. Right now we're at the runway viewing park at Manchester, and if you've ever watched Airliners Live, you will see the guys here in the control tower. There we go. There's Andy up on the top there. There's the A330 heading out. Nice rotation as well. The animations. It's just a shame that the jitteriness. It's a word. It's a word. It's a shame that the jitters are that pronounced. It's just a limitation of the simulator, I think. But as you can see, it is departing on flight radar just over to the technically the right of me, or the left of me. The left of me, the right for you. You can see it as departed. All the way up there, and it's pretty cool to see it. This is a combination of traffic add-ons, Nab, my friend. It's PSXT combined with RealTraffic, which is providing real-time. Real-time is a stretch, maybe about 15 seconds delay. If you look on the flight radar screen at the bottom, I know it is a bit zoomed out. What I might do is zoom a bit better inwards, actually, so you guys can see it. But you can actually see everything is matching up to what's happening now in real life at Manchester. So the Emirates A380 has just come in, and it is taxiing to its newest standpoint at Terminal 2, the new pier. But as I say, if you watch Airliners Live, this is the viewpoint that the guys get from here. There we go. I just want to take the developer mode thing off, because that's quite annoying. So yeah, it's a combination. Why does it always do that? I'm going to turn it off. I apologize, guys. I'm just going to turn the developer mode off. I do apologize. So yes, it is a combination. Everything is listed in the description below. You need PSXT for basically the traffic injection. You will then need RealTraffic for the actual injection of the real-time traffic, which is paid, unfortunately. You can do a 24-day license for about £6 or £7, or you can do a monthly rolling subscription. I think that's around £8 to £9. So if you can afford it, obviously you can have RealTraffic. This is not like VATSIM or AI sort of, historic traffic. This is real time, so whatever is happening now at Manchester is what you're seeing, which is pretty cool. As I say, I have put flight radar in the bottom right of the screen there, but I am just gonna zoom in a bit more. You won't see them departing much, but you will see it a bit better. So you've got a Hainan A330 on its departure out at Turkish Airlines as well. You can see there, not perfect. It's now not disappeared off screen. It's actually dragged itself away, which is a bit odd. So, listen, this isn't sponsored by those guys, and it's not something that I am saying you should absolutely get. It's got its issues, but in my opinion, so is FS-Traffic, FSLTL, AIG. You've also got Beyond ATC and Say Intentions doing the traffic injection as well. This is just something different. This is live traffic. This is real-time traffic right now at what's happening in Manchester, as I say. And what I want to do on this live stream is it's just a chill live stream. I think about maybe 2 hours, something like that. We'll end the live stream at about 1 o'clock, and we're going to go around. Are you using live weather? So yes, Rodessa, I'm using real-time time and I'm using live weather as well, just to keep everything, you know, as it is at Manchester. It looks around the same weather over in Liverpool as well. On the taxi out is the Air France A220 heading back to Paris Charles de Gaulle. On the approach, or at least just landed, is a Ryanair. I've noticed that my traffic hasn't updated. Yeah, it has now. That's fine. That's fine. Again, this Ryanair most likely will disappear or kind of slide off screen. Most likely, possibly not. You can see it's taken the rapid taxiway, the rapid exit taxiway, just in front of the view and park here at Manchester. Now, what I am interested to see is if these aircraft are actually the right liveries. That's something I haven't checked. Again, movement isn't the best, I must admit. Landing and taking off, the rotations and the flares are actually pretty good. But I'm just going to check, guys. HGZ. No, it's not. So that's something to consider, I guess. KLM 737-800 heading back to Amsterdam, I should imagine. Aerodessa, is the quality of the live stream okay? Because on my preview here, it's not so great. Don't know if you can let me know if you're still watching, mate. Ah, it's actually a bit better now. It's a bit better. It's a bit fuzzy. Is this still... I've noticed, unfortunately, guys, and I do apologise, that my flight radar screen is a bit... yes, fine quality. Quality looks fine, mate. Cheers. Thank you. I do apologise that flight radar might get stuck sometimes. That is because I need to have the screen on active. So right now I've actually have to control the sim from OBS, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. I had Buzz instead of Ryanair livery. The Jet2 liveries get mixed up, so no maybe difference if you're using... So no maybe difference if you're using... I don't know. It's a good point, mate. It's a good point. See, you can see that I think that was that a Eurowings that might have disappeared off screen. Some appear to disappear off screen, some don't. I think all my traffic has actually disappeared. I've never had that happen. Everything seems to be injecting again, because I can hear the noises, but I haven't had the injection completely go off screen before. You can see they're actually injecting back inside the simulator again, but I don't think I've ever had the program take all the aircraft out before. Interesting. That's not something I've noticed. I don't know if you've noticed that, Ace Airstream, but completely just taking all the injected traffic out. On the roll here is a Tobii 737 Max, which I got a picture of the other day when I was at Manchester for real, and it was probably one of my most favourite pictures I've ever taken. A nice lit panning shot as it rotated. I was on South Side. We'll go over there as well. There was two green bars when I reopened it, mate. Yeah, but it just completely. It just completely deactivated. There's that Euro Wings A320. I think that's an A320. Jodrell Bank, the telescope over there in the background. But yeah, no, me PSXT rather, that had all the green bars. It just completely took all of the traffic out. You may need to restart. Yeah, I might do. It's come back on now though. It just automatically re-injected everything. I'm not too sure why. I've also noticed that my flight radar... Oh no, it's still moving, that's fine. Flight radar's got to be kind of active on the screen there. There's an EasyJet, I think it's an A319 or A320. I noticed when they use the rapid exit. I can't say that word. The quick exit taxiway just in front of the RVP. They seem to be fine. They except when they start sliding off like that. Whee! Little I don't know. Little skid around the corner there. There's a little bit of a warning, but that warning seems to happen anyway, I've noticed. There's the Air France heading back to Paris. The wings on that A220 don't look right. And then just that odd sound. Using a bit more runway than I think it needs to there. See, you can see that that's gone off the runway now. So that's another little thing. I've seen aircraft completely not reach the runway and then land just before the runway. So there's a few trade-offs, unfortunately, with this kind of thing, guys. This is why I think the creator of RealTraffic gives you that license opportunity just to... you know, spend £6 to £7 and to see if it's right for you. It's not perfect, but it's a fun concept. Again, it's not 100%, but I think it's quite neat to actually see the traffic match up. I don't like the sounds. The sounds are a bit odd, to be very fair. But I will take you around some of the spots at Manchester. So if you're interested to see some of the locations at Manchester, you can see the Turkish Airlines has already started its run on the runway to take off. And it is at the minute on the simulator just entering the active runway, which is 23 right at the moment at Manchester, which is it usually is. It's lining up now, and obviously on flight radar on the side of the screen, just that way, you'll see that it is just actually departing now. But yeah, thank you for everyone for coming in on this one this earlier on. I don't usually live stream at this time. It's usually around 8 p.m. 7 or 8 p.m. There you go. That Turkish Airlines did decide to rotate. Again, the movements aren't the best. They're a bit jittery and a bit janky, but it's still, I think overall, I think that kind of movement is not so much what you'll get on something like FSLTL or Just Flight's traffic. It still does present some issues, any kind of AI traffic from different programs, whether you're using Just Flight or Beyond ATC or Say Intentions. There is still some parts of the aircraft that don't act normally. Rotations and flares and general movement of the aircraft isn't spot on. What I might do is, before we move on, so I'll take you around the airport, as I say, to a couple of different spots that you can go to in real life. But what I might do for now is just turn them over to prioritize Just Flight models, and then I'm actually going to turn it off PSXT at the minute and then just turn it back on, just to see if there's any difference in liveries or even movements of the animations. What it doesn't show for doesn't show for authenticity is the maintenance team currently repairing the yeah, exactly. I need to watch the live stream in a bit, mate, and see. So what we'll do is we'll go to, just so I can show you, absolutely amazing by iniBuilds though, the Manchester scenery, incredible, absolutely spot on. The runway viewing park is incredible. Ether terminal there. We are also getting another Manchester scenery as well, guys. Again, it's probably going underneath the radar, no pun intended, because of iniBuilds Manchester. But there is also ether simulations. Funny enough, ether simulations Manchester being created as we speak. Now, if we go up above Manchester, you'll see all of the aircraft, and it looks pretty good as well. I think right now what we're seeing is probably a nice representation of the amount of aircraft on the ground at Manchester. And right now, PSXT should be prioritizing Just Flight models, which, in my opinion, are a lot nicer. The models are nicer. Whether they are going to be matching up to the actual planes, this is actually showing the EasyJet Neo livery, which is Lima Sierra Papa. Frame rate isn't the best at the minute, I would say. I think that is purely down to Just Flight's traffic. There's the EasyJet sliding off over onto its stand. But like you can see actually the Gulf Air. You can see the A380 from before as well on stand. You can actually see a Virgin A350 at Terminal 2 there, and a Cathay Pacific A350. TUI Dreamliner as well. That EasyJet is completely bugged out. Not too. Actually, it's not bugged out. I think that's what they're doing at the minute. It doesn't look like they're actually moving. It looks like they're waiting. There is a Jet 2. Now, if you look at it, guys, on the screen, the delay on these now is not too bad. That Jet 2 is actually going down the runway. at approximately this, I would say a couple of seconds out, which is pretty cool. Now, another place you can go at Manchester to do some plane spotting is over on Terminal 1's multi-storey car park. There is fences in the way, but you can still get photos, especially from the top here. You can actually see one of the airliners live guys is just here. Matt, who is the cameraman, he usually goes over here. I do apologise for the frame rates as well, guys. They are dropping quite substantially. I might drop it back down to FSLTL traffic, because I think this is mostly due to the Just Flight traffic models. But you can go up on the top of the car park here, and I don't think they use the top anymore. I don't think cars are able to park at the top. So you just go into the terminal and grab the lift up to the top, and you can get some really nice shots over here of aircraft on the stand. You can also get a lovely shot of all of the heavies going across the gates at Manchester as well, which is pretty cool. Got a Lufthansa City departing out. You can actually see that. It's the very top aircraft on flight radar. Again, I might just zoom in a tiny bit more there. But yeah, they haven't marked up any of the Lufthansa City liveries on flight radar for some reason at the minute, even though they are just Lufthansa, so they could probably just use their Lufthansa tags on there. You can see that EasyJet is still sitting there. I think that's just got stuck at this point. Although, actually, it has just moved. There we go. It has just moved off screen. They were waiting. Which is great. It looked like it actually stuck, but it wasn't. On flight radar, you can actually see it was sitting there, as well as the other EasyJet over by the tower. Which again, if you look on the screen, is actually stuck by the tower. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things. It's not perfect, but it does a really good job of matching the traffic to the to flight radar. Technically, it's not drawing any. I don't think it's drawing any of its data from flight radar. It's actually drawing it from ADS-B tracking, which again all depends on whether the user is submitting data to the program. So that is something to consider as well. Here's Maxim TV. Hello mate, how you doing? I'm good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So like I said, guys, this is real-time traffic. Now, I use the phrase real-time a tiny bit loosely. I would say mostly it's around 10 seconds, 10 to 30 seconds, I would say. That's a good estimate. Now, I'm good, Mag. I'm good, Mag. How are you, mate? I'm good. I was a bit up against it, trying to get everything sorted, because although I am up before 11 AM, I'm not live streaming at this time usually. You can also see a Logan Air just come in as well. Don't know what that Jet 2 is doing, just sitting off there, but it is what it is. Technically, there is a Jet 2 ready to depart on flight radar. You can see that in sort of the middle of the screen. I don't know what that Logan Air Embraer is doing. It looks like it's... Yeah, okay, that is to stand there. I've put everything in the stream description, guys, okay? So if you are re-watching this, obviously it'll be in the video description. It's a combination of programs. You're going to need something that gives you traffic models, which FSLTL is free, so you could use that. Just Like Traffic obviously is a paid app anyway. It gives you AI traffic, but their models are better. We are using the Just Like models at the minute, and then you're going to need RealTraffic for the injection side of things. So to get that real traffic, the real-time traffic, you're going to need something called RealTraffic. Again, it's linked below. It is paid. I would say if you want to test it, get the 24-day license. Cost about £6 to £7, and it'll let you, as I say, it'll just let you test that out if you're not, you know, completely sure on it. And then if you do want to do the monthly cost, I think around £8 to £9, because everything is in dollars on the screen. You'll see on Flight Radar now the EasyJet rolling down the active runway. Yeah, around, I would say 10 seconds out, maybe a bit less, but you can see it's rolling off now on screen. You are my housework entertainment. Thank you so much, mate. But yeah, it's not bad. That EasyJet has obviously now just departed and over the threshold. And is this going to actually rotate? Yeah, it is. Very late rotation. It probably rotates a lot sooner. And then there is the Lufthansa City. As you can see, it is, I would say, yeah, it is around. You're looking at the ballpark 10 to 30 seconds out. So they use the term real-time traffic a bit loosely. If I do I do plan to do more live streams for this. Obviously, my license only lasts for a certain amount of time now. I think it's till the back end of January. I do want to try and get some actual on-screen elements that allows us to see a bit better what's on the screen, because right now I've zoomed in just so you guys can see it, but I might zoom in a tiny bit more. You're not going to be able to see sort of what's on approach, unfortunately, but we just can see a bit better what is happening and the labels and stuff like that. If you are watching live right now, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's a bit of an earlier one. The reason why I've done it earlier, as you can imagine, going live at 8 o'clock with traffic from Manchester might be a bit of a boring one. There's not going to be as much traffic. It's quite quiet now, to be fair, but as I say, 8 o'clock would have been a no-go. If I do any more of these live streams, I do want to. I will do them a bit later on in the day and go to some of the, you know, the US airports, maybe JFK or something like that. Or if anyone's watching or is rewatching, please let me know where I should go next. Preferably in the US. I can do the live stream at the normal time. I had some problems with RealTraffic updating software automatically, but contacted the developer, who got back to me very quickly to make some suggestions on how to do the update manually if needed. Right now I don't know. I've not had to open RealTraffic, the app, because it seems to just work or automatically open when you open PSXT. So when PSXT is opened, it just seems to work. Which is great. Another spot at Manchester is the airport pub, which is great because the food is great and the drinks are great. It's expensive, but as you can see, they've actually mapped the iniBuilds have actually done the airport pub. I can't imagine the guys actually went here as well, because it's a lovely spot. It's not 100% to what it looks like, but it's damn close. The back garden is spot on. Everything here is to actually where it is. It's really good. Well done. But this is another spot. This will bring you closer to the arrivals of 23 right and give you this kind of viewpoint of the airport. And when they are using 23 right to depart, especially the HV80, the wings will come right over the top of the. Well, not really, but they feel like they're coming right over the top of the fence line in front of us. Have you set spotter mode in RealTraffic app and then selected Manchester as the airport? I don't think I have, mate. Does that make a difference? I don't think I did. As you can see right now, there was an Aer Lingus ATR basically just approached us in front of the pub. Sorry, but it's actually on screen now. Ace Airstream, no, I don't think I've done that, but should I? Does it make a difference? There you go, there's that Aer Lingus ATR again. Movements aren't the best, are they? But it has actually touched down at a really good spot. You can see the sort of the data working itself out. There's the Jet 2 just in front of us here. In terms of the spotter mode, I don't know if it's just purely going to be setting different viewpoints around, but I am just using the drone camera to go to different spots at the minute. But in terms of spotter mode, giving it any extra data or making the movements better, or I don't know, just in general helping. I don't know if it needs to be like that. Everything just kind of worked, you know what I mean? That might help with stutters possibly, or disappearing focuses the data on. Oh, right, okay. Will then need to close RealTraffic app remains active and restart. Okay, mate. Well, let's do that because it could make a difference. We'll see. Okay. It's already open here somewhere. How do I open it though? Let me turn the PSXT traffic off, guys. I do apologize. I do want to do this to make sure. So Ace, you're going to be my tutor at the minute because I need to. I can't find where it is. The spotter mode on RealTraffic. It's not on screen, but I can't see it. Would you be a gentleman and help me locate it? So I've got weather traffic. Worth a try. We can't see the windows on screen, by the way. I know, mate. Let me do that now. That's what I've got at the minute, mate. At the top under standard version. Do you mean the settings? Standard settings. Simulator in use, I'm guessing that's right. Spotter location. How do I do it though? It's not letting me click on it. I'm assuming it is. It's probably taken the simulator in use spotter mode. Okay. We can try it like this, but it was just using PSXT as a traffic. so many on here. I also don't have it. Oh no, hang on. EGCC. I'm assuming that's what I'm doing, mate, but I don't know if it's... Because I had simulator in use, I used PSXT. Once spotter mode selected, click the airport, and then you... We'll try it. There we go. Okay. Okay. Let's try that, mate. Thank you for pointing that out. Let's see and have a little look. It is nice to see it, and then let's have a little look and see. So, at the minute, right, okay. At the minute, it's going red on the PSXT screen. It's a bit fiddly to overtype on the airport list, but it will reduce the amount of aircraft traffic that's being scanned. Right now, mate, my PSXT program doesn't light up green. It's saying more than one RealTraffic session is not possible. Do not run RealTraffic app. I'm not running the RealTraffic app. Well, technically I am, but then it's not going to be open then. Also, as well, RealTraffic isn't open. It's not on my... It's not open on my on my taskbar. Yeah, no, RealTraffic's not open. It's not actually on my task manager at all. Yeah, so RealTraffic isn't on my actual task manager, so I can't close it anywhere. Can reopen it again and see what's happening, but just saying these settings broadcast traffic to third-party apps like PSXT and live traffic, which oh no, disable. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, it is. It does seem to run, but it's also not showing in my task manager as well. So it's pretty hard to disable it when I can't see it anywhere to disable. I'll have one more go. I'll have one more go, mate, and then obviously just switch it back to the way it was, because the way it was seemed to be injecting traffic, but it okay, it's working now. Okay, it's working now. They're both green on the PSXT. I think it's because on the settings it said disable PSX injection on it. So it is working now with the settings that we've changed to Manchester, which is good. because we'll see if it makes a difference. You can see that the traffic is injecting in there, so you'll see the Ryanairs on stand there. And the biggest thing here is it's good, this as well, because what I would say is with the other traffic injection tools, such as just like traffic, FSLTL, even beyond ATC and say intentions traffic, where the aircraft are on stands isn't actually where they are, where they should be located in each airport. So you'll see Ryanair in Terminal 2, for example, and just a mixture. This thing actually gets it spot on. Not just injects the traffic real time, or as I say, with a bit of a delay, it also puts them where they should be at each airport. So if you go over to America, your JetBlues will be on where they should be, and so on, which is great. Now, obviously, when I've noticed when I zoom in, I do get that little message with the GPU thing. It's good. I'm going to see now if this has made any difference to the sort of the movements of the aircraft and how they are. But I know it doesn't matter which models you use. It's the same, basically. You can see a Ryanair 737 MAX 8 now heading out, and on the screen just over there is flight radar. Again, it's zoomed out, I guess. They're zoomed in a bit much, but it's not great to see it. As I say, if I do any more of these, and I'll see what kind of response it gets from you guys or anyone else watching, I'll then try and look at doing some kind of better way to show what aircraft are where and stuff like that. What I could do, let's have a little look at this. When I'm live streaming, I need to get my other monitor set up, my third monitor, because it's only off because of the VR, because the Pimax doesn't like another display port plugged in. So that's a thing in itself. I've noticed taxiing aircraft, the movement's pretty good. A good thing about this as well, I mean, with that delay, if I see anything on screen landing, it hasn't landed yet, so I can get myself set up to show you that. What I might do is stick flight radar down here. Which has kind of moved it on my screen. Oh, I apologize. Now, let's have a little look. This is showing a Irish registration, but it's I think it's a Polish registration, maybe Malta registration, I think. Looks like we have an inbound aircraft possibly as well. For me, I think it's nice having the Just Flight traffic models. They are really, really nice. The aircraft itself just looks nicely modelled. A couple more animations. Obviously, you can see the aircraft there. Is going to enter the active runway. There is an EasyJet A320 coming in from Nice. On the rollout, we've got the British Airways shuttle and the Brussels Airlines A319, Pegasus A321, but yeah, I think that would be really nice if we were able to. have a match of liveries, registrations. That would be really good. I've just had I'm sorry guys, I'm getting distracted, but I've just had a message saying, it's been months, please make another trailer with real liveries for the 757, Bluebird 757. I'm like, well, I will when Bluebird let me, you know? You know, I can't just start making videos, especially with unreleased aircraft, you know? So that Ryanair rotating, and the rotations are pretty nice. Do you know what? The animations, you might be right, Ace Airstream. Maybe it's because I'm looking at it from the back. We'll have a little look at with this EasyJet coming in. I have lost the ability now to see the chat, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just pop it on my screen on my phone, I think. Check on the next ATR to come in and find the landing gear. Sometimes doesn't show when taxiing. Just flight models. I can do, yeah. So now I've got a bit of a better thing going on. I think I've got flight radar on my bottom screen. I've got you guys on my phone screen. Which is not ideal. I do have a tablet as well there. I could utilize that. I need like a little tablet holder. But yeah, the idea is, again, the guys, a bit of a chilled one to take you through what the programs do, but also some of the locations at Manchester that you can actually go to in real life. When it comes to other airports and doing live streams similar, I couldn't really do that because I haven't been to any of those airports. We could do Prague. I haven't really been to the spot and locations at Prague. I know there is various spots around Prague Airport that are actually made for spotters, which, in my personal opinion, Manchester do need a bit more. I think it would be great if the airport or some kind of a association did another spot on Southside that spotters could go to and not get so muddy. I think the Southside spot would make a good case for it. I don't know what the plan and permission would be, but certainly Southside needs an actual spot. Yeah, it's still a bit. Yeah, still a bit jittery, and he completely disappeared before he even touched down as well. I don't know if it makes any difference. I think what the option is on RealTraffic just literally grabs your location from the simulator anyway, and injects them automatically. I didn't even have to open RealTraffic. I just had to open PSXT, and it automatically injected everything. So I am gonna just flick it back to the original. Might do, I might not. I do need that. It would mean I need to flick it over each time, wouldn't it? I mean, as in, I would have to change the airports every time in the RealTraffic launcher, that is. So I'm just going to open PSXT, and what we'll do next is hopefully that's now going to work. Why is it doing that? I can't get it to work now. Oh, that's a pain. I should have just left it the way it was. But this spot at Manchester, like I said, this is so basically the viewing park where we were before, the runway viewing park. The runway viewing park, the RVP, is obviously a dedicated spot where you can go to take pictures. There's a cafe, there's obviously the Concorde in the hangar, there's an actual aviation shot with models and stuff like that. And the airport pub is just again on the same side of the runway, just a bit further down. I can't get PSXT to work now, unfortunately, guys, so I'm not too sure what I've done. I've flicked it back to the settings that I did have before, but yeah, it's not working now. I'll give it a second because, as I say, I can't for some reason get RealTraffic to close. That's the issue it's having, but it's not in the actual task manager, so apologies for the stop and start. But yeah, this is basically for any photographers. I would say the RVP and the RVP, the runway viewing park, and the pub. They're not in the best locations, basically due to the backlit of the sun. So when you're taking photos from this location, you can already see the sun's there. All your photos aren't going to be great. I've had to quit PSC. Yeah. So PSXT is actually not in the taskbar now, but yeah, that's what I did before, and it seems to have worked. But I'll try it again. I think it takes a minute just to close, doesn't it? It doesn't do it straight away for some reason. But yeah, these locations, as I say, the runway viewing park and this on this side, they are backlit. So for me, these locations are better in later on in the day when the sun starts moving over a bit. But as a photographer or even a videographer, you want to be over the other side. Let's have a little check and see if we can get it back on and see if it's working, folks. Okay, it's working now. I think it just takes a minute. Just to get everything back on. But we are back on, just in time for a lovely Saudi 787-10 Streamliner-10 on its way in from Jeddah. Let's see if we can see that. Hopefully it's going to inject in time. There it is there. And right now, obviously, the weather at the airport is not too bad. It's cloudy, a bit overcast. There's not any rain or anything, but what we are going to do is move ourselves over to two locations to start with. If you exit the airport pub, you can also take the tram from the airport station around this way. It's probably the better way to do it. Go all the way along the ring road this way. And then you basically pass in the approach lights just here. If you walk along this road, which by the way is very busy, so take care. It's a busy dual carriageway. If you head all the way along here, that building just shouldn't be there at all. You can enter these fields here, just on the junctions to the jet parks. I would say enter the gate here. You can actually see the gate. If you enter the gate here, into here, with a good enough lens, you will get a nice view of the approaching aircraft with a nice amount of sunshine on them if there's some sunlight. Bit jittery, guys, I apologise. And I don't know if this has got an actual proper name to it, but there is a little public footpath in this field. This for me is probably a lot better than jet parks. Now jet parks is this car park here. You can go into, just obviously be sensible. It is an active car park for staff and for passengers, but you can peep. The staff seem to be okay with you going in there with your camera and sort of taking photos. It gets you closer to the threshold of 2-3 right at Manchester. You get some good shots, but you need a bit of a lesser zoom lens. This, for me, this spot here is probably a lot better. There's more opportunities to get your photo. Especially if you've got a bigger zoom lens, there's a lot more of a time frame to get your photos, in my opinion. If you head into jet parks by going across the road and into jet parks along this road, if you go all the way down, now it hasn't been modelled in this scenery, and that was my... It's a bit of a nitpicky thing. It's not a massive thing, but my biggest thing for me was this whole area just wasn't modelled greatly. I think iniBuilds going to the trouble of doing the interior of the airport pub and not doing this sort of approach, this area here. Also not putting the actual train tracks in either as well. But it is what it is, guys. That is just me being a bit thingy, because the whole scenery itself is fantastic. It really is. Anyway, if you go all the way along here, again, it hasn't been modelled, so I can't show you, but there is concrete slabs here. There is concrete slabs along here that you can climb onto. Again, you can see that there's a lot of old autogen buildings. Again, that would have been... They could have got rid of this. Sorry guys, I keep on moving this screen of mine. They could have got rid of this. This is that Pegasus has just departed as well. But in Jetbox 3, you can just get above the line of the fences, and you can, if you've got the zoom lens, you can get them. Nice sorts of taxis and lined up shots here. Again, you can get them arriving, but any kind of zoom lens, you're not going to get a good opportunity to get that photo. But it's an okay spot. I prefer the field that we were just in. My overall favourite spot, I think, probably is Southside, because there's, although I wouldn't recommend Southside in the winter, in the rain, If you do, bring your wellies and prepare to be absolutely covered in mud, because it is that muddy. It really is. But it gives you a lot of opportunities. If the aircraft are coming in on runway 05 right, you can be there for touchdown. If they're departing on 05 left, 05 left, you'll get them right in front of you. You can go further down and catch them rotating off 05 left. And also as well, guys, I only recommend this if either you drive or you're okay with walking. You can drive and you can park at some locations. Again, be mindful, there's a lot of private houses down here. There's a lot of farmland as well, so make sure you know where you're walking down and not going into any private fields. But it's a lovely walk, especially in the summer. If you are doing it in the summer, take some sun protection, because it does get warm. You know, either location really, but yeah, this is a nice walk. It'll take you along some of the edges of the airport perimeter. Some of the locations you'll be able to get some panning shots of the aircraft and some of the touchdown shots. There's the Ryanair departing there. And this is pretty much the view you'd get. There's the Euro wings that we actually had in before, already turned round and off again. But like I said before, guys, I would start off, if you are interested in this program, start off by getting the trial, because you'll want to test out before. There is actually a pond there. This is all fenced off, of course. This is a bit OTT, because that's not there. But when you're going down here, there's actually a public footpath just further along you can go down. It might not be visible on here. It's actually there, I think. You can go along a public footpath, and it brings you out over the other side of where you kind of need to be to go to Southside, which is a nice little cut through. If you want to stick to the road, you can do it. Just adds a bit of time onto your walk. But yeah, you're walking all the way along here. This location, if they're not using 205 left, is okay. I wouldn't say it's the best. You're not going to get any line-up shots. They're not going to be using runway 2. But it's all right. I would say for aircraft taking off on 2-3 right, like they're doing now, it's good for some panning shots in good light, like I did with the Tobii shot that I got. I was the only one here after the Cathay Pacific Retro left, and you can get some really nice departing shots if you've got a zoom lens that's big enough. But this is Southside, basically one of many locations down Southside that you can go to. Got Lufthansa A319 just touched down there. We could probably, as I say, there's a delay on the actual soft bear, but if we poke our heads out, we might. There we go. There it is. There. But yeah, this location is. I think it's good for either or, but it is fantastic for 05 left departures, because as you can see, the runway here, 05 left is right here. They taxi right in front of you. The sounds are amazing. But you only are going to get lining up shots here. You're not going to get anything else, really. If they are using 2-3 right to depart, again, that works as well. There's that Lufthansa A319. It might disappear from screen, guys, but it is what it is. There we go. It's sliding off screen. Vacating the runway with a drift. The other locations down south side are further down by the rotation spot. You basically are walking the length of the runway. You can walk all the way down, right to the end, actually to the end of the approach lights. But again, I would only recommend doing that on a nice day. Or with wellies if you want to brave the mud, because you are literally following the perimeter fence all the way around the runway. There's also another spot here as well, and again another few points down there where you'll get some nice rotation shots or touchdown shots if they are using 05 right to arrive. There is other spots you can get 2-3 right departures, but you're in kind of fields across at the back of the runway as well. And maybe one of very few people who would love to live really close. Mate, I'd love to. And some of the roads, Air Odessa, if you ever try to get down to Manchester, mate, the first road I went down, the houses down there are just incredible. Like they're like mansions. They're just amazing. They're so nice. The houses, I'll show you where they are. They're on Moss Lane, just here. And you can actually see them on flight radar. You can see what I mean. Look at the size of the houses. All individual, they've all got gates and they're all gated in and everything. They've got some kind of pool there maybe, but they're massive. I'd love to live in any of the houses close to here, but yeah, no, mate, not really. I've seen a couple of EasyJets vacating with impressive. Yeah, they have been. As I say, I feel like when I was doing this last time, when they were arriving on 05 right, which is this one here. The movements were a bit better. They'd seem to taxi all the way back to the terminal down the taxiways. But yeah, no, definitely. I need to do that. No, definitely not, mate. I would also love to live nearby here. Definitely would. That Ryanair heading off to Tenerife. Right now, we have a Q8 in a actual special livery in the National Celebrations sticker. Push back from the gate, so we'll get to see that. Q8 HE30 Neo. Lovely aircraft. I got to see that the other day, actually, when I was there. I will be live for another half an hour or so, maybe 40 minutes. But we will just stick to, I think, possibly this location, to be quite honest, because you can see them departing and you can see them arriving. Not so much arriving or landing, you can see them taxiing back out. Taxiing in, rather. But this is a good spot, I think. Even when they're not using the second runway, I think for departures, it's really nice. If you're taking photographs, definitely. If you're not too bothered about photographs, the runway viewing park would be the best location to be for this particular direction of runway, because you are a lot closer. I probably will do another similar live stream from one of the US airports later on in the evening. Not today, but on another evening. Within the next, let me just see how long I've got left on this. How long have I got left? Does it tell me? No, I don't think it does. Oh, I've got 18 days left. Okay, fair enough. That's fair. Hang on. Ace Airstream, does this... does this count it on just days anyway, or does it only count the days you've used it? So do I get 24 days, as in 24 times to use it, or I don't know, because 18 days, I'm sure I've had it longer than that. Maybe I haven't, but I want to do a US airport, so that means I'll do the normal 8 p.m. live stream, and obviously we'll have a lot busier of an airport with that being the case. But at the end of this live stream, I will take you to another airport just to show you what it looks like. But yeah, I'll do another live stream similar to this, using PSXT, using RealTraffic, and we'll be at one of the US airports, and we'll do it at the normal sort of 8 p.m. stream time, because yeah, I mean, it's not for everyone. I guess this stream isn't for everyone, I understand that, but it's a nice chill thing. It's a nice way to see the real traffic at the airport. We've got nothing inbound at the minute by the looks of it, which is a bit of a shame. Maybe that EasyJet up there is coming in, yeah, from Reykjavik. And we've also got a TUI as well, and a Brussels, I think, as well. That's been in the... Oh, no. That Brussels looks like it's coming back, guys. Oh, that Brussels might be in with an issue. Yeah, it does look like that Brussels is on its way back in, folks. I think it's a number of days consecutively, so 18 days from the 1st of January, your license would run out 18th. Yeah, okay, fair enough, mate. Yeah, I understand. But right now, guys, it looks like we have a Brussels A319. Is it A319? In hold, possibly burning fuel. That departed Manchester a bit ago, and it looks like it's actually going to come back in. It's at 7,000 feet and descending by the looks of it. I don't know if there's a live stream going on at the minute. Let's have a little look. Is that Simon Lowe that's live at the minute? Yeah, Simon Lowe is live at the minute. Let's see if anyone's got any information. Yes, it's high vibration in engine number 2 on the Brussels Airlines. So it's heading back in. So there's a problem with engine on that Brussels Airlines, and it's heading straight back in. It's going to be a heavy landing, guys, or at least it's going to have a full tank. It's only circled once or twice. So Brussels Airlines. But yeah, it looks like we are getting an emergency. We've got the lovely KLM A321 as well from Amsterdam coming in. But they're getting that Brussels Airlines straight in. There is the Q8 A330 in the wrong livery. That's actually the retro livery, I think. It's also not an A330 Neo as well, guys. So that's a bit of a shame, isn't it? It's not just getting the livery wrong. It's getting the aircraft wrong as well. Now, I'm assuming Just Flight have gotten an A330 Neo on it. Interesting. Let's see if it makes any difference flicking it back over to FSLTL. I am going to just stop the PSXT again, guys. I apologize for doing that, but I want to see if it makes a difference. Should inject back in now as well. But yeah, like I said, that Brussels Airlines A319 heading back in with, according to Simon Lowe's audience, there is high vibration in engine 2. Now, I don't know if that is descending quite quickly, isn't it? I think they're all just getting back to... Let's have a little look. Has it injected the Q8 in yet? I don't think it has. No, it's exactly the same. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah, they're going to get that Brussels Airlines A319 in ASAP, by the looks of it. Now, I don't know. Are we able to see that? Is it going to inject it? Let's have a little look. Let's see if it's injected it all the way over there. Let's have a little look. Hold on to your hat. I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, it's a shame because I say it's not so much it also being retro. It's actually completely the wrong aircraft because it's a Neo as well, isn't it? Let's just go back to my aircraft because I apologize, guys. I had to fling myself back over. And everything's not loaded in. There we go. There we go. I think what we might do, guys, is just... possibly... Oh, there's also another spot I forgot. You also can go to Terminal 3's car park. Now, this is another good spot. This is fantastic for panning photography. But again, only really when it starts getting in the winter, starts getting to later on in the day. Because again, this would be a backlit situation for any photography. But this is a good spot as well. There's a few obstacles, but you are going to sort of see them land as well. You won't see them take off. Well, you might in the background, but you're not going to see them rotate. You'll see them land on single runway ops. If we can see that Brussels Airlines anywhere, I don't think we can we? I had a modern Cathay, not the retro. Should have been the... Yeah. I can't see that new retro livery being in it just yet, though. But yeah, like I said, we got this Brussels Airlines. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flick over to Simon Lowe's stream just to see. High vibration in engine number 2. Expect normal landing and taxi to stand. So they're not concerned with it too much. We've also got a Hainan A330 on the taxi as well. as well as a Logan Air and the Aer Lingus. So what I would say, guys, is the movement on the ground, the taxiing on the ground is actually really good. The animations of it are all right. They work pretty good. Movement sort of in the air, as I say, is a bit jittery. Now that Brussels, I still can't see. Hang on, there we are. There it is. Brussels is there, and like I say, this is the kind of the beauty with this kind of solution, is that obviously everything is going to be real time. Sorry guys, we got a beluga on the way in real life, not into Manchester but into Harden, and it might go past me, but it's quite cloudy outside. So also as well, I don't think this Brussels Airlines is in this particular scheme. It's in the Dotty scheme. This is in the older scheme. So again, another thing to consider with this traffic solution is you're not going to get the right registrations or even the right liveries, and in some cases not even the right aircraft, but it'll do its best. And then we had another cutout on PSXT, and that's another thing to consider, whether you like that kind of thing. It just cut out, and that was, I saw it happening on the actual program. It went yellow and red, and then it's back to green now, so it's injecting everything again. But that is a thing to consider, is that it can just do that. So this was the point of the live stream, guys, to basically show you that it can happen like this. Do you know what I mean? I am just gonna leave you guys just watching the planes for now. While it injects back in, but it can seem to cut off when it wants to. I'll be right back, guys. I do apologize. Yeah, that was a waste of time. That was a waste of time. It was too far away. What I was doing, guys, I was actually trying to get a photo of the beluga. Not that I haven't got many pictures of the beluga. But yeah. I might go missing again, to be fair, because that flight path that it's doing right now, sometimes the beluga, it will come over my house and it'll come so low, like stupidly low. Right now it's using runway 22 at Harden, and there was a time a couple of months back when it looped right back over our house and it was so low. It was absolutely incredible to see it. And it looks like it's doing another weird loop around again. Don't think it's going to do the same thing. There's also a Q8 C-17 heading towards Manchester, overflying it, not coming into Manchester, but flying above Manchester. Is this beluga going to do that weird turn again? No, it looks like it's... No, it's not going to. But it's going to go right over Liverpool Airport, though. I wonder if Simon Lowe's going to get that C-17 if there's a few breaks in the clouds. No one's mentioned it to him. That Q8 was actually really, really spot on. Just a shame it wasn't the proper Q8, that's all. Don't think it's too cloudy at Manchester to actually see that C-17, but that's a cool little thing. The Q8 Air Force C-17 just shows us south at 33,000 feet over Manchester. It looks really, really cool. And that beluga is around 3,000 feet just over Liverpool Airport, and that would be an amazing sight to see, because it was actually visible from where I was just then. I could see it, but it was too far north. But yeah, sometimes we get it at about 3,000 feet over our house, depending on the routing it takes. I don't know if they're getting any other arrivals from Hamburg or Germany today. No, it doesn't look like. Heading back to Manchester though to get very, very distracted. There's a KLM, the A321 Neo, which will be interesting to see if it's an actual A321 Neo. It looks like it is, and it looks like it's in the not the new livery, but like the with the black face mask is what I'm saying. It's when it gets on the ground, it goes a bit jittery and stuff like that, doesn't it? You can see the reverse thrusts opening there, and the spoilers as well. Not bad at all. Behind that, we've actually got the Etihad Etihad rather, Etihad Dreamliner Dash 9 as well. But I apologise, guys. Anyone watching live, sorry that I just went away then, and sorry it's been a bit up and down with some of the open and closing of some of the apps as well. I do apologise. Like I said, what I want to do is I want to just jump. What time are we on now? Yeah, so we're on 12:40. I'd like to jump after this Dreamliner, after the Etihad Dreamliner. I'm going to just go over to another airport, just to show you what it looks like there, but not spend too much time there. And then I will schedule another live stream like this for another airport, one of the US ones, and we'll do it at the normal 8 p.m. Time as well, just because it doesn't really matter too much with those US airports. They're always dead busy, so we'll definitely get our fair share of aircraft. But yeah, I'm using, it's called PSXT, along with RealTraffic, which is a subscription-based service that injects real-time traffic into the sim. Keep in mind it is a monthly cost for the standard package, because you can get like a premium one or a pro one, which gives you historic satellite tracking, so you can go back and get air traffic from different dates, which is pretty cool. Is that Dreamliner just probably touching down a bit earlier than it should? It also looks a bit more jittery from the side view, I've noticed. Also, the reverse thrust didn't come out on that one. If you're looking at it from sort of a back view or from a front view, the movement isn't too bad. But yes, as I say, it is a subscription-based service. There's a pro and a standard version. The standard version will just give you real-time traffic. The pro version gives you like historic traffic for a certain amount of weeks. I think it also could be days, 5 days or 2 weeks. Everything is linked in the description below. And then obviously for the traffic itself, the models, you're going to need FS traffic or FSLTL is free, AIG is free. In my opinion, just to keep costs down, FSLTL is fine. You download that from the fly-by-wire installer, and you'll have all your models. Personally, I would recommend getting the 24-day license to test out yourself. It does work. Things can go wrong with it. Aircraft movement isn't 100%. I would say real time is a bit of a not a stretch. It's not technically real time. It is around 15 to 30 seconds delay. You know, as you saw on this live stream, it can just randomly disconnect, which again is another thing, whether you'd like that or not. But seeing it on the screen, you know, happening, and as you can see, the Logan Air ATR we've just departed now, and that tracking is not far behind either. It's actually not that far behind. I would say that was the most we've seen in terms of real-time traffic. You can see that is, I would say, spot on. And even the Dreamliner, the Etihad Dreamliner, not too far behind. That Logan Air heading off to Isle of Man. And then again, we're going to get the Hainan A330 also now able to enter the, well, at least probably hold again, because we have the Tobii has just touched down. So again, I would say that was a delay of about 10 to 15 seconds, maybe even a bit longer. But we got a Tobii 737 800 that has just arrived from Chambry. Chambry, I don't know where Chambry is. I don't even know how I'm saying that right. I'm probably not pronouncing that right at all, to be honest. We've got an Indigo Dreamliner, so 2 or 3 of them. That one looks a bit nicer. The one that I saw was very, very patchy. But you can see that just over the Pennines there, getting lit up lovely as well by the simulator's sort of lighting. But yeah, guys, everyone that's coming in on this earlier live stream, I really appreciate it. I've liked showing this off. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. Obviously, if you're rewatching this, do let me know what you think. I'll be more than happy to help with any questions. Head over to my Discord. It's linked in the description. And again, ask me questions there. I really don't mind. What I'm going to do now is just... I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll actually head to London Heathrow instead. Because this is somewhere I haven't actually tested. I'm in this PC24. I'm just gonna park it in the cargo area. No, obviously I don't expect this to work straight away because we are still... Chambéry. Do you know what, mate? I'm okay with me geography, I must admit, but I'm not familiar. I really am not. Let me open RealTraffic just to set it, to see if we can set it to automatically open. And hopefully we can get PSXT to work straight away. So what we'll do is I will schedule another live stream for one of the US airports. Oh, I haven't disabled one of the Heathrows. This is the only thing about Heathrow, is that it always injects the standard Heathrow in with the iniBuilds one. It doesn't automatically, you can't automatically disable it. You'll disable it in the library section inside the marketplace, and it will just automatically open again. So it automatically enable itself again, and it's a pain in the ass that it does that. It really is. Now PSXT just needs a bit of time if you fiddle with settings, but it has opened again and gone to green, so we can now see Heathrow just for a tiny bit, guys, not for too long. But we can scroll down to Heathrow, and as you can see, we've got quite a busy airport. As I say, the audio sort of glitches you're hearing, guys, is just the traffic being added in. But as you can see, I'm not going to disable things, but you can see that both of the default Heathrow and the iniBuilds Heathrow are duplicate. I'm not going to mess about with it, guys, because it'll take a... I'll have to go back out and disable it. It's Eastern France, just by the Alpine region. Oh, right, okay. Okay, well, mate, thank you so much, because actually I wasn't aware of it. But yeah, Heathrow might be another place, a cool place to actually stream from as well. Heathrow using the same runway designations as in the numbers of Liverpool Airport. So I think this end is 09, isn't it? And that's 27. So right now they're using 09 right. Yeah, 09 right as their departing runway, and 27 left. And you can see that Air India on there from Delhi has just come in. I actually got a picture, not of this particular one, it might have been, but the A350 Air India. When I was at Heathrow, I did a little solo trip to Heathrow last year, and that was quite a big thing for me, a big confidence boost when I needed it. The weather is on live weather. Quite a bit of a foggy one in places at Heathrow today. I actually was at this place here. You can see iniBuilds have actually put it in. Standing right here for the departures of 27 left. This British Airways, again, the tracking here seems to be spot on. So what I can imagine is that sorry guys. What I can imagine is that the tracking at Heathrow is just a bit more spot on, because as you can see, that 777, that one's heading off to Shanghai, is pretty much spot on with its positioning. We got some lovely aircraft on the ground here. We've got a load of Air Canadas. We've got an Etihad A380 at Terminal 4 over here. We've got a United 767 on the taxi. That one is heading over to New York. I think that's Newark. I think Heathrow's quite a good place in the UK to definitely use this program. I used to deliver to Heathrow when I was a truck driver. Nice. Yeah, last year I booked a coach, 6 hours there and back. I did the overnight coach from Liverpool. Got to London early hours. I think it was like 7 or 8 o'clock. Got the tube to Heathrow, and I went round various locations. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do any spotting at Myrtle Avenue, unfortunately. But it was good, and I enjoyed it. I was a bit nervous, sort of, on the coach on the way there, but I have been to London on my own before. But this was a challenge. It was, but it was really nice to do it. And there's a great bus service going around the perimeter of Heathrow, taking to all the different terminals, so you can just jump on that and head to all these different spots. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. But like I say, I'll schedule another live stream for the evening time soon. It'll be within the next week or so, and I'll do one of the US airports, one of the bigger ones, just so we've got, you know, a lot of traffic to look at. Not too sure about the fog today at Heathrow. I'm not too sure if that's correct, and it's also giving quite a lot of shadows and bits off. This building hasn't loaded in. Right now we're at 27 right. Sorry, 27 left. 27 left. Lufthansa A320 coming in from Frankfurt. There you go. Nicely down there. No reverse thrusts. I think that might be FSLTL. Maybe FSLTL conflicting with the program. Well, it is London. Well, exactly. Over there by the United hangar, we've actually got a Air Canada. That looks like a 777 on its taxi out over to 09 left. As you can see, we've got a lot of traffic. If you are noticing the buildings and stuff being doubled up, it's because I haven't disabled the default Heathrow, which just enables itself every time the sim's opened, which is a pain in the ass, like I say. But lots to see here, A320 British Airways just touching down. As you can see, the tracking on this seems to be just a bit better. That for some reason is stuck, but I think it's just purely because it's Heathrow. I think there's a lot of data being injected into the RealTraffic app. Yeah, but as I say, I am gonna schedule another live stream for one of the evenings coming up within the next week at around 7 or 8 p.m. and we'll go to one of the US airports. Let me know in the comments if you're rewatching, or even now before I go, before I end the live stream, what US airport we should go to. There you go, guys. We can see a nice little line forming. We can't obviously, usually when you hit Heathrow you can see them lined up in the background. Another A320, another British Airways A320. This is what it's like at Heathrow. There is a large amount of British Airways aircraft. This one from Stockholm, and behind that 777 or 787. Yeah, we've got a lovely Egypt Air 777. And if you have just joined, obviously this is a combination of apps. We're using PSXT along with RealTraffic, which is a paid service. It's a subscription service, or you can do the 24-day license, which I recommend to do to start with. And then you can use just flight models, you can use FSLTL or AIG. Obviously, with it being a paid subscription, you'll probably want to just keep costs down, so FSLTL is fine. I would say that the models on Just Flight are a lot better. A few more animations, but FSLTL still works great. Yeah, so we could do Atlanta. That would be quite a fun one to do, wouldn't it? I think there is an Atlanta... a good Atlanta scenery as a default scenery. I think it's handcrafted, but we could. It might be that we could do LAX and go to is it Monument Hill or something? It's the hill that LA flights or LAX flights live stream from, just beside the cargo apron. But I would say routing and the way the aircraft are actually going is a lot better than the standard, AI traffic that you can get from, as I say, FSLTL and Just Flight, or even say Intentions and Beyond ATC. I think the way the route takes them and their departure is spot on. As you can see, there is that A330neo Virgin heading off to New York, and you can see it took that banking over to the south of Heathrow, and it looked pretty cool. Definitely a lot better than the standard traffic. And you can see this 787-9 from American Airlines taking the northern route out, and you'll be able to see that banking on the simulator just now. So the other big thing that I also haven't noticed on this is that there's no stupid sort of low overflies or the aircraft on Just Flight Traffic and FSLTL and some of the others. You'll have aircraft just low flying the airport just dead quick, like a low flyby. That hasn't happened at all, I've noticed with this. Sure, the movements are a bit iffy, and sometimes they do slide about a bit on the ground. But there's a lot of pros and cons to this particular setup. I just think it's pretty cool to have this almost real time. Orlando, we should do Orlando. Yeah, but there's a few we can do, and as I say, I've only got the license for under 18 days, so let's see. It's whether I sign up. The monthly cost is pretty cheap. But again, I'd have to justify doing it with the amount of live streams, and we'll see what happens with it. But that's all I've got for today, guys. Keep an eye out on YouTube and my social media, and my Discord as well, all linked in the stream description. If you're re-watching it, everything's linked in the description of what I'm using. If anyone needs any help on setup's pretty simple. I thought it would be great if there was a feed could integrate with the AI ATC packages such as Beyond ATC or Say Intentions. Yeah, that would be good if we could do that, because their AI ATC is pretty good. But I think for the next live stream, get over to one of the US airports and see a lot more traffic. Heathrow's been great already. Obviously it's very, very busy. So you can see that aircraft landed well before it should have there. So there is, there's pros and cons on this one. But we'll go over to the US airport on the next live stream. I'll get that all scheduled within. I'll get that scheduled and available to sort of to notify, put a notification on for yourself within the next day or two. But I'll just pick a US airport to do. I'll have a little test of what works well before I do that. I'll see if I can integrate a better thing for flight radar, because obviously I notice it can cut out some of the screen. But again, it is purely just to show you guys the actual aircraft on the screen. Many thanks for live streaming. Compare your experience with mine. We'll try and post some more comparison shots. Yeah, definitely, mate. As I say, I personally love it. Ace, it's great fun to see them synced up and being able to track them in real time and know that this is pretty much what's going on at the airport at the exact same time. There's a few issues. Obviously, mine seems to just disconnect twice, which again isn't too bad. You just need to reopen it, and it seems to reconnect on its own. But yeah, the issues where we were opening and shutting the program were user based. They're nothing to do with the program. But the disconnections, yeah, not ideal, but they seem to reconnect quite quickly. Again, the bigger airports like your JFKs, your LAXs, they're probably going to feed in a lot better data. And a bit more spot on as well. But yeah, guys, that is me for today. Again, thanks for everyone who's watched this morning and everyone who's rewatched. Any questions, get into me Discord, leave me some comments if you're wondering how it all works and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been quite fun, guys. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you again soon. Keep an eye out for the next live stream, which will be a similar one.